Hi, my name is Emmanuel Lewis. Thank you so much for watching this short video proposal as in it I will share with you what I would like to present at your company. Now, with statistics that show that almost 35% of Americans are obese, that 90% of Americans are magnesium deficient, which is a key mineral that causes low energy and decreased productivity, that 95 to 98% of us that go on diets end up regaining our weight within 3 to 5 years, that 65% of bankruptcies occur due to medical expenses, and lastly, that over 75% of the body composition change that we seek, whether that be fat loss or lean muscle gain, comes really from nutrition change. That's why when you go to the gym, it's nutrition plus exercise leads you to rapid body transformation. You may wonder if there's a surefire solution to transform obesity and poor health. Pleasure be integrate high performance natural health solutions that are cost efficient, on the go, and do not require you to sacrifice, and if there's a solution that helps you to cement long-term change. Well, I'm here to propose a 30-minute seminar, that 30 to 60-minute seminar that does just that. That teaches employees how to address and naturally overcome poor health. It teaches employees an on-the-go way to add nature's best foods, also called superfoods, into their diet, which is guaranteed to help boost productivity, energy, and concentration. And that teaches employees how to cement long-term change in health. Now, this short video proposal again will share with you a brief introduction to my three main nutrition transformation solutions to help employees at your organization. Now, Framework Nutrition. Framework Nutrition is something that I designed and created after years of studying nutritional sciences, biochemistry, enzymology, colloidal chemistry, and many, many other disciplines of science and natural health. What you'll see is that everything health-wise either comes to regenerate our cells or deteriorate our cells. And that's why you see in the Lewis concentric circles for optimal declining health a plus or minus sign at the center. That is the root of everything that we do. It's either going to lead to regeneration or deterioration. Now, the dogma levels are the central themes that dictate the innermost levels of those circles. So either it's going to be alkaline or acidic foods. Alkaline foods are going to help regenerate our body. Those are fruits and veggies. And acidic foods, chips and cookies and crackers and things of that nature, are going to decline our health status. You also see that exercising, people will usually promote exercise because that's going to help our body instead of being sedentary, not exercising. A positive negative mindset or being rushed or relaxed. These all are indicators and contributors to either optimal health or declined health. And those are the dogmatic levels. On the doctrinal levels, these are more techniques. Techniques are different ways that people espouse for us to really reach the dogmatic levels, right? So they tell you to either juice or go on a raw food diet or drink smoothies because that's a way of getting alkaline foods into your system. Or they tell you to go and do circuit training or high intensity interval training, or they tell you to do yoga because that's a way to do exercise. But these are all techniques that all lead to the regeneration of your cells. Now, the last level is the opinion slash unknown level. If you've ever been on Yahoo News and you heard of a new health claim and you didn't really know whether or not it helps or it deteriorates your body, well, I created a model just for that so that you can become a health expert overnight. And that's what leads us to the 435 nutritional grid. Now, 435 nutritional grid is separated into questions of origin, questions of technique, and questions of destiny. And the questions of origin, you'll ask yourself, well, how long has this food been in existence? If it's only been here for 2 years, well, it's kind of new, and it might not pass the other tests, such as was it made in a laboratory? Is the food living or dead in its nature, or was it grown under the sun? If a food has only been here 2 years, it was made in a laboratory, it's dead in its nature, and it wasn't grown under the sun, you can be sure that it most likely 99% of the time is going to lead to the deterioration of your cells. Um, then you have questions of technique. How was it, is it organic or is it conventional? Is it cooked or is it raw? Is it processed or is it refined? You can take a food that's living in nature and then cook it, and then that destroys all and takes out all of the nutrients, which that's the reason why you're eating, because remember, you're eating for nourishment and you're eating for the regeneration of your cells. Lastly, when you don't know what to do, these are the destiny questions ask you, where is this going to lead? So you ask yourself, what is the toxic history of this food or this medicine? Does it create side effects? Is it physiologically natural to the human body? Or how does it make us feel on the inside? Does it make us feel good, or does it make us feel bad? These are all indicators, and then that all leads to whether or not it's alkaline forming or acid forming. Now, here's a quick test. We're going to do, is this good or bad for you? Based on what you just learned, is a banana good or is a banana bad for you? In other words, is it going to lead to the regeneration of your cells or the deterioration of your cells? That's right. It's going to be good for your health. Let's look at another one. Garden of Eating blue chips. Now, as you'll see, this is more of an opinion one because it says gluten-free. It's made with real organic corn, and you'll see also that it contains different omega-3s and omega-6s, which are, have some health benefits. But is this good or bad for your overall health? That's right. It would be bad because it would fail some of the tests on the 435 nutritional grid. In its nature, this food is not living. It's acid forming. It wasn't grown under the sun. They have to process this in some way, shape, or form. But let's see another way. A flu vaccination. Is a flu vaccination good or bad for our overall health outcomes? Considering that a flu vaccination is made out of different things, and vaccinations in general can be made of, different things such as monkey brain tissue and different, and kidneys of different animals and horse, different portions of a horse blood things. And, you have to wonder, well, if they're placing this into my bloodstream, is this really alkalinic? Like it's going to help my body, or is it something that's going to deteriorate my cells over time? And what you'll find is that even with vaccinations, that they are acidic in their nature. And so they would fail the 435 nutritional grid of being restorative for our health. And as you've heard, there have been people that have gotten flu vaccinations and then gotten sick, or they've received a different vaccination and gotten sick. So you'll see vaccinations are bad for your health in their premise. So let's look at something else. Nature's best solution. Remember earlier I talked about the on-the-go way that's really better than juicing and nature's best food. This is what's called superfoods. Superfoods are nature's most rich foods. And what I would do at Your Corporations is show you guys how to integrate these into your diet in a very easy way by making what I call superfood smoothies. Smoothies are something like a vacation delicacy. It's something that most people are not only can take, but are actually happy to take because smoothies are good. Now let's examine three superfoods really quickly. Firstly, let's talk about the goji berry. Now, the goji berry is a superfood that's grown in Asia, in America, and what you'll see that it has 4 times the amount of antioxidants as a blueberry. It has more beta carotene than a carrot. It has a natural source of the human growth hormone. This food is amazing. It's also called the fountain of youth because of its anti-aging properties. Then we look at something like spirulina. Spirulina has the highest concentration of protein of any food on the planet. It has 200 times more protein per acre than beef. This food is called nature's multivitamin and the protein queen because it is so good for our body. I mean, people have used it to reverse their anemia, to help in their concentration, to help in their vision, and it has something very important called gamma-linolenic acid, and it has nature's top source of that. Also, then you have the camu berry, right? The camu berry has 30 to 60 times the amount of vitamin C in comparison to an orange. And it also helps to maintain clarity of your mind and, in times of stress and anxiety. So this is a good food. Also, just as a bonus one, although I don't have it listed here, is the cacao bean. The cacao bean is it's nature's number one source of antioxidants, nature's number one source of magnesium, which remember 90% of people are deficient in. So if we were to make a smoothie that had goji berries and spirulina cacao in it, you can definitely see a rise in productivity. Now, in energy, and this is only 3 or 4 superfoods. I have over 15 superfoods that you can integrate into your diet that do not cost that much because you can buy them in economy size bags. And for instance, a whole pound of cacao powder, which if you use daily will last you 30 to 45 days, will only cost you $10. How's that for eating healthy in the go? And the reason why this is so good is because really a lot of people don't know about it yet. So, whereas an avocado costs $2.49 at some stores nowadays, a lot of people don't have never heard of these things, so the masses aren't using them. Now you might wonder, well, I don't know if those superfoods are top. Well, I created a chart just to address that. Here you'll see what I call the Lewis hierarchy of foods, the best and worst foods for your body. When I mean best and worst, I mean the most nutrient-rich foods that you can get. The bottom three you'll see, those are acid-forming foods, the junk foods, fast foods, standard American diet foods that everybody kind of knows aren't the best for our bodies. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is raw foods. Now, raw foods, foods that you buy at Trader Joe's or even Whole Foods, these foods are good, but what you'll find is that these foods, due to aggressive agricultural practices and the soil that we use, these foods are declining in their nutrient quality. They're becoming more nutrient poor. I read a study that suggested that you'd have to eat 8 oranges today to get the nutrient equivalent of 1 orange in vitamin A in the 1960s. So because of how we're going about quantifying the production of our fruits and veggies, their nutrient quality are going down. And so that's why you'll hear a lot of people tell you to buy in season and buy from your local farmer's market or grow your own fruits and veggies. And then that's a good alternative, but a lot of people aren't able to do that. But here's the thing. Superfoods, as we clearly demonstrated in the last example, are not only nature's most dense foods, but they are the purest foods that we can get, that we can buy. And this is what I call living superfoods. And like I mentioned, they do not cost that much. So how about that for nutrition solution? Remember, we would integrate them into our diet by making smoothies that are on the go, that are pleasurable, that are filling, nourishing, and that are guaranteed really to boost your performance levels. Now, let's look at change for a moment. Typically, we all want to change. We all want to get better. We all want to reach our peak, whether that be in performance, spiritual goals, or what have you. Now, usually people fall into one of these 3 categories. Either you have a goal and you don't accomplish it. This is kind of like a New Year's, resolution. You want to lose 20 pounds, but something happens and you just don't get to it. Or you have a goal, accomplish it, and then relapse. This is kind of like the 95 to 98% of people who go on diets, but then either they end up regaining their weight, or you have a goal, accomplish it, and sustain change. And that third example is exactly what we want. And this is a topic that I not only studied, but I really implemented to help me change habits about myself, not only in health, but beyond, whether that was productivity, whether that was, different disciplines that I really wanted to master. This stuff really works. But first, let's examine the problem. Addressing problem number, Robert Fritz in his book, Your Life as Arts, talks about this concept of structural tension in which, we find ourselves in our current reality. We are 20 pounds overweight, but our desired resolution is that we want to be 20 pounds lighter. And every day that we go towards that goal, something is going to pull back on us. It's what I call either frames or concepts or limiting factors, such as busyness or feeling that, you can't do it, or feeling that you don't want to work out, or different things and different thoughts that we have. They end up working against us the more that we go forward. This is the idea of structural tension. It works a lot like a rubber band. The further that you're going in one direction, the tighter the tension gets in the back. And this goes for, goals outside of health. Or what happens is that we have our current reality, we have our vision, but we allow our thoughts to get the best of us. So we'll just think every day, you know what? I'm not trying to work out. I don't really feel like it. And that works against you and works against you. And so it starts adding up. And that ends up pulling you back so much that you can either end up gaining weight or have some other negative consequence occur. And that's really problem number one. People have a New Year's resolution, but you'll find, oh, I got busy, or, oh, my schedule got hectic, or, oh, I kind of just fell off, or what have you. Addressing problem number two, this is a little bit more complicated, but this model should help. Usually when we're solving problems, we have the problem, which is I'm 20 pounds overweight. We have the sacrificial action solution, which is, okay, go on this diet or exercise this amount of time, and then we have progress, right? And as we go in this triangle of problem, action, progress, we eventually hit our outcome goal, which is cool. And that leads to eventual resolution. Now, here's the thing. When we have eventual resolution, we no longer have our problem because we lost our 20 pounds, and we're no longer performing our sacrificial action towards a goal that we consider worthy. So we might start asking ourselves, why am I sacrificing anymore? And that then releases the tension. And so you stop sacrificing, and then that's how old patterns emerge, and that's really how people end up gaining weight again. But what you'll see is that how people really submit long-term change, what problem solvers are, they fall into either trap one or trap two. Creators transcend the level of problem solving. You often hear about different people in their life stories and how they were backed into a corner. Not only did they have to make money, but they wanted to create a reality for themselves that they never had to experience the pain of what they presently felt. And it's that transcending the level of just dealing with your circumstances that you are able to cement long-term change. When you create a lifestyle, instead of losing 20 pounds, when you just want to begin to inspire your children or inspire your community or be an advocate or feel the sensual and pleasurable experience of just eating your food when your taste buds are transformed, this is what is available to you at the creator level. You really take everything as a painter, and you allow reality to shape whether or not you want to work or not. Just like a painter who has a portrait in his head of what he wants to paint, every day he's working towards that. It doesn't matter whether or not he feels like it, because he has a job, he has a lifestyle that he wants to create. And you realize that this is also, when you were in school and somebody said, oh yeah, if you want a B, you need to study like an A. It's like that transcendence allows you to just accomplish the lower order goal so much easier. And so there's 5 keys to cementing change. We don't really have too much time to go deep into it. I can, during a presentation, the seminar, I would love to go into this, but you have to first have the creating mindset, which we actually touched on. Then you have to have clarity, commitment, address your concepts, and then exercise courage. And these are really the goal, or these are really the ways to cement change. Now, thanks for viewing. You've seen a brief preview of some of the things that I can present. Each of those topics I can go way deeper into. As I said, that was just an introduction to the topics. So let's schedule a 30-minute, 30 to 60-minute either lunchtime seminar or just regular seminar ASAP after a meeting or something like that. Let's connect via Skype, Google Hangouts, or the phone. You can visit bit.ly.com/expressive1 to schedule a meeting with me. I'd love to talk with you on the phone or discuss how we can make this the best seminar ever. Thanks for viewing. I really appreciate your time. Thanks. Bye.